All right, in today's video, we're gonna slow down and we're gonna enjoy the beauty of organization here in my modern farmhouse kitchen. I recently realized that I have some nice organizational items that I take for granted. So I want to share them with you guys, and I just want to give you some realistic organizational goals. Okay, so a few years back, check this out. We made over our kitchen and got rid of the 90s, and this is when I really started organizing my kitchen. So I do not have a perfect Pinterest kitchen, but something that I do have is a place for everything to go. And that is the key to staying organized. Okay, let's go around and go through each cabinet, and I'm gonna show you the items that I use that like really help me to not let my kitchen get out of hand. And so let's start over here. Let's go with this cabinet. All right, so as you can see in this cabinet, this is dedicated to my KitchenAid mixer. I had this extra shelf up here that I just store like my extra drinks and stuff that don't fit in my drink cabinet. And so it's been handy. But let me show you a couple little nifty things that I use for my KitchenAid mixer back here to stay organized. Okay, so here on the back side, I use one of these command hooks. They're like a cord bundler. You can get these on Amazon, and sometimes they have them in stock at Walmart, but they do a fantastic job of not letting your cord get tangled and keeping it out of the way. So I definitely recommend one of these. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I just noticed with the camera lighting, how dirty my cabinets are. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys are interested in any kind of spring cleaning videos. I do well, I wipe down my dishwasher more than the spring cleaning, but I usually only do my cabinets like big time in the spring. I'll wash them and do them really nice. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys are interested in any spring cleaning videos. Another thing I do is I hang command hooks in there to put my different accessories on, and it helps keep them just kind of up off the base of the cabinet, and helps keep them organized, and then I can just pop off whichever one I'm wanting. Okay, let's move from that cabinet. Let's just go straight up above, and I'll just kind of do it that way. This is my dishes cabinet, and this little wire rack has been such a lifesaver because it kind of like spreads the dishes out and helps me to be able to see what I have. And so that has been just fantastic for keeping this cabinet organized. Okay, let's move right down here. This cabinet's pretty boring, as you're gonna see. I definitely did not rush out and buy some fancy new cookie sheets. I am showing you guys my original nasty ones, because I bet the majority of you have them just the same way. But what I'm using in here is a mail holder, and that just keeps all my cookie sheets separated and keeps it nice and organized. In the back there, those are Jason's grilling spatulas. And I'm just using command hooks that hang back there because they're so big, they just don't really fit in a drawer very nice, but he likes to have them handy. And so I keep those right there with the command hook. We'll move up from that cabinet, up here to this one. And now this cabinet right here is where I keep like mixing bowls and like my strainers and stuff like that. And in here, once again, I have one of the wire racks to help be able to maximize my storage in there. It's really nice because I used to have it to where I didn't have it. All these were piled in together and it was so hard to find things. And I like to keep this orange strainer over here like separate because we use that often. But this cabinet just has like baking pans in it and different items like that. Just utilizing the racks again. Okay, so before we leave this side of the kitchen, there's actually things that I am using for organization over here that you might just think of as decorative, but one being this wooden cookbook stand. It is great to be able to put that on there, or like my HelloFresh menus, super nice. And then this cute little decorative ladder keeps my tea towels where I need it, where it's handy. And then of course a cookie jar to be able to always have cookies available for like when my grandkids come over, and maybe even my kids if they're lucky. And then of course, this is just decorative, and I keep this cute little verse here, and I switch it out every week. My sister gave me this. This was part of a Bible study we were doing, and I love it, and it's just a great reminder. Okay, over here in the like corner area where my sink is, basic little things to keep organized. I keep my hand soap right there on that little thing does look decorative, but it's really handy. Okay, and then all I keep in my sink, because I don't like a bunch of stuff just sitting down in my sink, is this little thing in the side over here to help keep it, you know, keep my sponge up and elevated. And that is all I keep there. Another thing that's awesome for organization in here is I do not like to have my paper towels sitting on my countertop. And so we hung them over here by the sink, like out of the way. Ah, it comes in so handy and clears up all my counter space for, you know, more pretty items. Okay, and then right down below is the cabinet underneath the kitchen sink, and it is not exciting, but we're gonna check it out. I wish I had some fantastic thing under here for you guys, but honestly, I use this little bucket here to keep all my cleaning supplies, and I can just carry it around with me and clean. And then I keep my things that I use the most right here, which is my Dawn spray dish soap, and then my Method cleaner that I use a lot. And then of course I'm always using sanitizing wipes, and then my dish pods are there. And so the key to this cabinet, well, I did put a waterproof thing there in case anything would ever leak. But the key to this cabinet, once again, is just not stuffing it full of a bunch of stuff that I don't need. Okay, now we're spinning to this side over here where the oven is and where the vent hood is. We'll just start up here because this is super simple. There's nothing really for organization. It's really just about staying decluttered. I just keep all my glasses in this cabinet, and I just try and always keep them nice and neat. Not really a lot of organization to it, mainly decluttering. Same thing goes for this side over here. It's just full of the same type of thing, and I just try and keep it nice and cleared out. But some of my favorite items that I use are these wooden utensils. They are so fantastic. They're so nice to have sitting here next to the oven. I upgraded and I got this utensil holder, and it's been really handy. I always keep my little wooden salt and pepper shaker and then a spoon rest there. And so those come in handy. Let me know in the comments down below what kind of different organizational items that you guys use. I love getting different ideas from people, and so leave your comments down below and help give me some more tips. Okay, over on this side, I keep my salt. So yes, I have a salt shaker over there, but this is more like coarse salt, like kosher salt that Jason loves to cook with. I keep olive oil because we use that often. Jason loves having the knives available. And then we have a, you know what, I don't want to say her name. It's very handy how she's up in against the wall, and then that way she is not taking up any counter space. So that's super handy. Okay, so we have cabinets over here that we didn't look in. So now this part is pretty. This part would be my Pinterest worthy part that I love. So I got these awesome spice jars off of Amazon, and I absolutely love them. They're really nice. They're super big, they hold a lot. And the best part is they came with these printed labels, and I thought, oh, there's no way they're gonna have all the labels that I would need. But they did. And this cabinet's really cool because it like has that small part, and then that part moves out of the way. And this is where we keep our pot holders. And so that's not very exciting. I only have a few in there. I have 3 that I keep in there. So there's that. Okay, and then this drawer is where I keep all my tea towels. And I just have like 3 different plastic bins in here, and it's so nice to be able to fold them like this and pull them out. It keeps them so much more organized. I used to just have them folded on top of each other, and always such a cluster. And then this guy right here, this thing is so handy. This is a dish drying mat, and I usually just place it up here if I'm washing anything by hand. That way it's just not some big, you know, like cumbersome type dish drying rack. And so that just folds and goes in there super nice. And then this drawer down here is just a bunch of little gadgets, and sometimes this drawer can get out of control. So I got one of these little wooden bins to help keep everything more organized and hopefully not let this thing get out of control. Okay, this side over here is my other pretty side, my other Pinterest worthy. So it came with 24 jars, and oh my goodness, I just felt like a million labels. All right, what I'm about to show you when I move this out of the way, no judgment. I always tease and joke that I need to go to like Sprinkles Anonymous because it's just ridiculous how much sprinkles I have. It's just silly. I just use these clear risers in here to help keep them separated, and it's been really handy and super helpful. Okay, last is this drawer that's pretty empty, and I feel pretty proud of myself. I did a clean out the other day and kind of decluttered this drawer and just put a few items in here that we do use very often. This is kind of a deep, long drawer, and so this was super handy. Okay, so behind this door is my pantry, and we're gonna skip that today, and I'll tell you why. So here in not too long, we're beginning our pantry makeover, and so we're gonna go through all that. About 2 years ago, I did do a really realistic pantry organizing video for you guys. I'm gonna leave that up here. I highly suggest you watch it, but it's super helpful. It's not one of those fake organizing videos where they dump stuff into pretty containers and then never show you where they put the rest of the stuff. It's a really good video, so check it out. But come back here in the next few months and we'll have a really fun pantry video makeover for you. Okay, so we're over here, so let's spin over to this side, and this drawer right here, this small one above that large one, is one of my favorite drawers. Absolutely love this thing. I had this design and put in for storage for like my, you know, gallon bags and my foil and plastic wrap and all that, and I love these little wooden storage containers that I got off of Amazon, and they do such a nice job. Like this one I have actually press and seal in it, and this is my foil. But I also have a large amount of space still left in this drawer that if I wanted to add in more, I could. And so this has been so pretty instead of just all the boxes thrown in there and messy. So I really love this cabinet. This cabinet, I feel like, is always messy. It just holds, it's very deep, so it houses like our large like toaster, you know, our food processor, rice cooker. I have a can opener in here. It's always like dirty. I constantly have to clean out the bottom. It just always has like toast crumbs in it. But I wish I had a better way to organize this drawer, but I'm super thankful that I have this big drawer to keep this stuff out of the way, to keep my countertops from being disorganized. So I'll take it. This cabinet up here is just great for like Tupperware, storage containers. I keep extra cookbooks, muffin pans, things that I don't use a ton and they're kind of bulky. This cabinet has been absolutely awesome. And so I just kind of stored this kind of items up here out of the way. I'm really blessed that I have nice big cabinets that I can store this kind of stuff in. So it helps feel organized in the kitchen and just everything's out of the way and not feeling cluttered. Okay, something that I love on my refrigerator is I love this drink drawer. This was like my favorite thing when I bought it, and I love being able to keep my drinks in here and organized. And I laugh because I get all like bent out of shape if they start getting super messed up. Over here next to the refrigerator, we just have Jason's little coffee station, his little Keurig, his coffee mugs. So he just keeps his coffee, and then I just have like a few extra mugs and the sugar and cream thing in here. So I got rid of all my mugs. So the only ones that I have are the ones up here and then this little handful down here. And then I do have some Christmas ones, but I can't stand a bunch of those. And so we got rid of all of those. And then down here is where like he keeps his pods, his French press, all his stuff that he uses to make his coffee. This cabinet, look at that, is always, well, it's got a terrible shadow, but always dirty, always has like coffee on it. And so when I do my spring cleaning, I always take everything out and like wipe it all down, so that'll be done here before long. But this is basically the little coffee bar area. This is my medicine cabinet, so we're not gonna go through that. All right, let's move to my island over here and let's talk about these drawers. This one is just a simple one. This has my trash in it. You don't want to see my dirty trash. I did not empty it for the video, so that's what's in there. Keeps it out of the way. I think one of my favorite drawers over here is my silverware drawer, and yes, it does almost always look like this, so I do appreciate that. I try and keep, like, cracks me up that if one like goes over like that, I'm like, oh my goodness. But just using the little, you know, silverware holders to keep it nice and neat. This drawer is so handy because I just keep my lids in here. And so I'm not digging through things looking for them. I love that I can just reach in here and grab the lid that I need. This bottom drawer is kind of lacking and stuff. I decluttered, but it's been nice. I just keep my platters in there. And so that's really nice, but I know in my mind I have room to grow in that drawer. And then this drawer right here, I want it to be neater, I really do. But we use this drawer like all the time. And so that's a little difficult for me. Some people have just, they're just like I said earlier, Pinterest perfect. And I just can't get mine like that because I just use this drawer so much. But I do have nice little containers that help keep things in areas, and so that's been really helpful. All right, this next drawer down is where I keep like my pans in, and they're really nice because I just keep them stacked on top of each other. Super simple to get those out. And then I keep the pots right below, and this holds some big pots, and so that is super helpful. And so that's how I store my pots and pans. Okay, and something else in my kitchen that might seem so silly but comes in so handy is this Lazy Susan. It's really nice. So I keep this cute little decorative thing on there, but that comes off, and then when we're having dinner, you can put all your different items on here, like your salt, pepper, butter, honey, whatever you're using, food, and then it's just so easy when everyone's sitting around the table to be able to move it around. I know sometimes people act like these Lazy Susans are a little dated, but man, they come in handy. So remember, one of the biggest keys to staying organized in your kitchen is not the amount of gadgets that you have, not the amount of storage bins or anything like that. It's having a place for everything to go. That is what helps keeps it organized. Because if it doesn't have a place to go, then that's when it just starts getting cluttered up. And then, of course, the next key is going to be always to put it back where it goes. And then that way it'll stay nice and clean and organized. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.